Hello there, everyone. The Andrada here, and welcome back to episode 4 of our All the Mods 9 to the Sky Let's Play series, where today we are working on tiering up. We're working on getting into our extractors, automating lava, automating Endstone, checking out how those things work. So let's get started. Welcome back, friends, to another wonderful night here in the world of the Andrada in All the Mods 9 to the Sky, where today, well, we've got some things that we are going to work on, continuing to push through our, we finished our getting started chapter for the most part, but we got power going, and we're just working on getting ourselves, continuing on in the progression of all of that stuff. So yeah, let's get going with all of that goodies. What button do I need to press? There we go. Okay. So today, in between episodes, didn't do terribly too much. Upgraded us to gold tier for our sieves over here. Set up a little slight automation for our endstone production that we had. So if you remember, we had the barrel out here with the lava and the endstone. I just brought it into here and set up a fluid pipe from pipes. Pretty simple to make. Just required some iron buckets and some iron. But fluid pipe running over here into our stone barrel, which is filling up. We have hopper pushing in cobblestone here, and then we have a drawer. Now the drawer, I had a polar upgrade installed onto it. The polar upgrade is fantastic. Just requires any sort of drawer, some redstone, some stone, and then a hopper. And what you can do is you can set it to a direction, and it will pull from that direction. So currently it's pulling from the east direction, pulling into its inventory. And then over here we just have glowstone being produced. So we have some endstone for us to go ahead and crush down, so we can work on getting crushed endstone, so we can work on getting ender pearls, so we can work on getting all of that good stuff, so then we can start working on progressing through and all of that. Over here on this side, I kind of sort of changed things up just a tiny little bit, not terribly too much here. I added a drawer here, again, with a polar upgrade to pull from the down for that gravel, because I'm like, we don't need that much slag. And so I pulled that out of here, so any gravel that ends up in here, boop, gets pulled up into this drawer. But I could make this a 4x4 drawer and pull the apatite and cinnabar. That might be a good idea, actually. It would be this drawer. I'll add it to my to-do list so we can pull that, and then we can have these guys come up there too and not have to worry about it. I set up hoppers to feed coal into these automatically, and then I set levers to be able to turn it off, because these coal generators will not stop burning coal. Even if their inventory is completely full, their power is full, they're going to continue to burn coal. So I have it set so that I can just flip the switch and turn it on and off as needed, and then it'll pull coal down when it needs to. But then outside of that, I just sieved a bunch of stuff, a bunch of gravel, a bunch of sand, a bunch of dust, did the thing. As you saw here, we have an iron barrel over here with some stack upgrades installed onto it, which I think we did last episode. But yeah, we have a decent amount of stuff. I'm not going to say a lot, but I mean a lot of copper, to be honest. But we have a decent amount of everything, so that way we can get going with all of that. And then over here, I had to upgrade this to the gems and dust. I had to upgrade to a gold drawer or gold barrel, and then I decided to finally just stick a stack upgrade into this because we were overflowing with a lot of stuff. So yeah, we're doing pretty good. And then our unsmelted metals and our metals are pretty empty because everything's over here. Today, my goal is to work on getting us into XyCraft and get ourselves this extractor so we can get the lava production completely automated. I no longer want to have to do this process. I can use these little towers that I have going on here. And these towers are pretty cool. They're already completely set up for us. I went ahead and looked up how to utilize this. So if we look at the recipe for lava in XyCraft, all lava takes is a dripstone block, a lava source, and then the extractor attached to it. Bada bing, bada boom, you'll make lava, and it can kind of sit in any orientation. So the lava or the extractor just has to be on this face of the block. Bada bing, bada boom. I did turn the game rule off for fire ticking because it kept, I know I could use stone trapdoors for this, but I just turned fire ticking off anyway because it's just a pain and it's annoying. So we have that off. I have my chunks claimed anyway, so that should stop fire from being able to spread. But anyway, whatever. Yeah, so we can set this up, and then we can have lava just directly piping into here for this setup here. But eventually, we're going to use that to get ourselves our endstone in the first place by setting up this. But we need to get ourselves a purpur block first, okay? And then I set one up over here with a mechanism fluid tank so that we can have lava just being produced for us on hand as needed. So that's what we're going to do today. We're working on getting ourselves into XyCraft. Before I do so, I do want to get this Endstone that we have here and put one back in there, and then crush this stuff. You know what? And let's make it so that it's going to be able to be packed. Pack it. Yeah, there we go. That way I can use my trusty compressed stone hammer to actually crush it. Okay. Bam. Got it. And then, hopefully, as we come over here, we will end up getting either a chorus fruit or enough purple to be able to do the thing. So let's do the thing ourselves. And, oh, we got chorus fruit for sure. And we got some ender pearls. I like it. Okay. Ah, man, one more chorus fruit would have been great, but that's okay. We're going to take one of these Endstone because we're going to need this to plant this chorus fruit. And we'll just pop this right over here and take this chorus flower, pop it here, and eventually that'll grow. And it'll get us the one more chorus fruit that we need, because that's literally all we need is one more chorus fruit. Cook this guy up. And then we can eventually do 4 of them into the popped chorus, or the purple block. Okay, so there's that. But we did get some Eyes of Ender. We got extra chorus flowers, so that's great. We'll go ahead and put those in there in case we ever need them. Eyes of Ender, I guess that can go into gems and dusts, and ender pearls can go into here too. We are going to take one of these ender pearls though, because if you remember before, we had set up everything for us to be able to get the feeding upgrade, and now that we have an ender pearl, we can feed ourselves. To upgrade this, what is that going to cost? Nothing at all. Some of this, and then I think it was 2 of this. And then we can go ahead and upgrade the feeding upgrade to max tier. The feeding upgrade is probably the absolute most broken OP upgrade that you can get for your backpack, and I love it. I absolutely love it, because the feeding upgrade will automatically feed you your food in your inventory automatically. So you just put in food inside of your inventory, you turn your feeding upgrade on, you say, okay, you can allow, you're blocking nothing, which means you're allowing everything. Put it in there. Now I could even specify if I wanted to and just say allow steaks. That's the only thing that can be fed to us, and I can keep steak there. I don't have a renewable resource of steak, but hey, we have that there. And then generally just leave all of your stuff here to default. But basically what it's going to do, it's going to feed you when you're hungry enough to waste half of the hunger points. And if you get hurt, it will feed you immediately, which just makes you an absolutely OP. As long as you have food, you can pretty much, I mean, you're not going to not die if you take enough damage to instantly kill you. But you're pretty dang strong. Okay, so it's pretty good as long as you have food there. And you no longer have to worry about feeding yourself. You don't have to pay attention to that. It just does it for you, which is great. By the way, I did go ahead and make that second dank, mainly because when I was sieving up, I was getting so much flint, I got tired of it, so I made a dank just to put flint in, so that way I don't have to worry about flint coming into my inventory. So while we wait for that chorus fruit to grow, to be able to automate, oh wait, it did, perfect. And that's literally all we needed was the one. So we'll take this, and then we can get that. And then we can let that grow again so we can get more. But we just needed the one, so that way we can do this, and then that way we can do the thing. Oh, by the way, in between episodes, there was a wandering trader spawn on our base. No good armor, as you can see. However, he did give me this Tome of Shadows, allows entities in certain blocks to be hidden from view. I have no idea what that does, but it sounded cool, so I grabbed it. It was only 16 emeralds. But then I also killed him, and then his llamas killed me. So I have learned the knowledge of death, and I don't know how to open up that. I don't know what the hot key is. But I have learned about death, and I got these rewards, which are going to get us some books or grave dust. Tombstone Soulbound preserves items on death, and grave dust is used for crafting all that kind of stuff in core rail tombstones. So cool. I'm not going to put that in the gems and dusts. Technically, it is a dust, but we're not going to get a ton of that. So we'll keep that there. We'll do this, and we'll do this. And now we have a purple block, which means we can produce infinite endstone, which means this setup is now superfluous. I don't need it at all. So I guess me setting up 2 of these things was kind of pointless, because I'm just going to automate this one to get us lava, and then I don't need to do that because now we can just make our own endstone. I did that in case making the glowstone was not going to be done, but I AFK'd and we ended up with 55, so it worked out in our favor ultimately. But what we're going to do now is work towards getting ourselves into XyCraft. Okay, so we did this, we did this, we did this. In order to make our extractor, we need to make ourselves some aluminum. We've got that. Pointed dripstone, we got that. Piston, we can handle that. An item port, which we can handle, or a fluid port, either one. What's the item ports cost? That's a bucket and 3 iron. Excuse me. And you are a chest and 2 gold. Probably easier to make the item ports than it is slightly less iron, a little bit more wood. The problem that we're going to have is that we're going to need to make this kiwi. Okay, kiwi is a block from XyCraft, and the only recipe for making kiwi is either through bees, getting a quarry bee to make kiwi, or an extractor with kiwi, water block, and lava. But you need a kiwi to make the kiwi, right? There's nothing that bypasses the need for the kiwi. So how do I make the kiwi? Well, I'm going to use the Igneous extruder from Thermal. Igneous extruder, put a block of lava next to it, put a block of water next to it, put some obsidian below it. Bada bing, bada boom, you will start producing kiwi. What I want to do is go ahead and actually disconnect this. So that way I start producing the lava in here instead of having all of the lava come over here. So that way I can end up with a bucket of lava. But with that, we can just go ahead and make ourselves our igneous extruder. Okay, so how do we do this? Well, it's not terribly too difficult. It is going to require us to get into some of Thermal's compounds and stuff, but it's not going to be too difficult. We'll just have to make ourselves a copper hammer in order to crush these things down into their stuff. But we're going to need Invar, and we're going to need Constantin, but we need this ore or gear because this one doesn't have a recipe. So we need Invar and we need Constantin. And how do we get Invar? Oh, and apparently I can't do... It's all the ores Invar, not that Invar. So in order to get Invar, there's a couple different options. We can do iron dust with a fire charge, but we don't want to go that route. What we want to do is go the Invar blend route. Invar dust. All the ores takes over. So that's going to be 2 iron and a nickel. And that's going to get us 3 of those. So for every 2 iron and 1 nickel, we will get 3. We'll just use this. We'll get 3 Invar. So we can do 2 and 1, and then we could so on and so forth. Yeah. And then that would end up giving us 6. See what I'm saying? So if we were to do, so it's basically a 2-to-1 ratio. So if I were to grab half a stack of this and then quarter stack of this, we should end up with a decent amount. However, I do need to make myself the hammer so I can crush these back into... Oh, you know what? No, I don't. I could just... I was going to say, I could use the pulverizer. It's not fast. It's slow. I'm not going to waste my time or your time waiting for that. We just need to do this, and we can get 2 blocks of copper. Bada bing, bada boom. We got a ore hammer, and then with the ore hammer, I can go ahead and crush all that back into dust. And now we can go ahead and do that, and we'll get Invar dust. And over here, we can go ahead and smelt that, split it. So now we're going to get Invar. Okay, that took care of the Invar portion of things. We've got that. Now for the Constantin, it's going to be a very similar process. That Constantin. For the Constantin, we need to make ourselves some Constantin blend, or Constantin dust, sorry. And that is going to be a 1-to-1 ratio of copper and nickel. So again, if we grab some nickel dust, and I don't need as much of this, we'll get 16, and we get copper. Bam. We can go ahead and hammer both of these up. Hopefully, yeah, I don't have enough in room. We'll go ahead and just crush this. What we'll do is turn... You're still going to input, but we're going to turn off auto input so that the dust just ends up going into there. And while we wait for all this to cook up, I think I'll go ahead and get all this other stuff crafted, which is literally just glass and redstone servo. But we'll get that going and we'll be back. And 1 igneous extruder acquired. All right, so igneous extruder, we got that. Now what we need to do is get ourselves buckets of stuff. What I'm going to do is actually shift these things down a little bit. Forget. Remember, because I'm going to put a bucket here. Generally, I like to keep a bucket of water and lava on me just in case ever needed. So I'm going to go ahead and set these up. You'll go there. And then forget this. Put that there. And then now I remember that. Okay. So now we can go get a bucket of water and a bucket of lava. We should have a bucket of lava available to us. Yes. And then a bucket of water. Now, when you're going to have to do this a couple times because we're going to have to make ourselves some obsidian. So we're going to put these in here first just so that it remembers them. Bam, bam. Okay. But then I can pull them out. And we're going to need to make ourselves some obsidian. So we can do this and this. And we need to go 1 block away, right? So if I put lava here and then water here. No, that's a cobble gen. There we go. Now we have the obsidian. However, the problem that I'm going to run into is that I don't have a good enough pickaxe. So let's go ahead and upgrade this pickaxe. And while we're at it, you know what? We have enough diamonds. Let's go ahead and just make ourselves a nice, good old paxel from... I think in this pack we have 2 options for paxels. We have a mechanism paxel and we have the pickle tweaks paxel. The difference is pickle tweaks is the mod that adds the ability for me to just put the item into my craft or the diamond to repair it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that with the mechanism one. So I think, their durability is this. No, the mechanism does have a slightly higher durability and damage and attack speed. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to repair it like I'm able to with the diamond paxel or with the pickle tweaks paxel. And being able to repair it would be quite handy. The recipe is exactly the same. I guess, yeah, we'll go with the pickle tweaks one. It's fine. So what we need to get is a pickaxe. We need to get a shovel. And we need to get an axe. Combine all of those into our inventory. And then we say we want the pickle tweaks version of it. Man, I just don't know. Do I want the mechanism one or do I want the pickle tweaks one? I guess I could test it and find out. It's not like I don't have enough diamonds. And then if this breaks, we can make another one. And honestly, by the time it breaks, we'll probably not need to repair it. But yeah, I'd like to just test it out because if I can repair it, I would. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Not really. But anyway, diamond paxel. Paxel's great because as you saw in axe, I put a shovel, I put a axe, I put a pickaxe in there, and it axes all 3 tools, but only takes up 1 slot of your hotbar, which is fantastic because, well, then you don't have to worry about stuff taking up your space. So I don't need to carry this axe on me anymore, and my axe, I can get rid of this guy, and now I just have 1 tool to do it all. Okay. Now this is a good way for us to test. We used a little bit of durability. If I put this here and here, can I repair it? I can repair it. Okay. That was a waste of a diamond to repair 1 durability, but hey, I can do it. Okay. So we need another bucket of lava. Hopefully it's ready. Yep. We need another bucket of water, which we have, and we can go ahead and set this up. And I think, honestly, I have this area right over here that has a giant hole in it. So I guess I could just set this up here for now until I fill this hole in. Eventually, I love this base and everything, but I'm going to be tearing all of this stuff down so that I can expand and do what I need to do with all the different mods and everything like that. But for now, I think I'll just shove... Maybe I won't because then I'll lose that obsidian. And not like obsidian's like that expensive or anything, but I don't want to dig down into, Nowheresville. So let's just go ahead and put it here. And let's use our paxel because, it acts as a shovel. Pick up this dirt, and we can use that to kind of help us backfill that hole, by the way. Obsidian. Igneous extruder. Lava. Water. Kiwi. Nice. Let's go ahead. No, I turned the fire tick off, so we're not going to have fire spread from that lava, so we don't have to worry about it. But yeah, look, there we go. Easy peasy. And it's pretty quick, too. Like, that kiwi is coming in fairly fast. I'll wait till I get 16 of them. I don't know why, but I will. 16 kiwi. And then from there, we can go ahead and actually craft our XyCraft stuff. Oh, look at our chorus fruits. Doing pretty dang good, too. Okay, so igneous extruder, done. Kiwi, done. I made a fluid tank. We're working on getting our extractor. Now, to get the extractor, we're going to need some aluminum. We're going to need some of these ports. We're going to need all that stuff. So let's clear off the inventory a little bit. We're going to need some gold nuggets. Let's just grab some gold. We are going to need some iron for sure. We're going to need some redstone. We're going to need some planks and maybe some more things, but I don't remember. But that takes care of the piston portion of things. And you know what? I'm actually going to craft 2 of these because we're going to set up the purple block one too, along with the lava one. We're going to need some of the kiwi. We're going to need some of these item ports, which means that we need to do this. And we need 2 chests. Oh, actually, you know what? It makes 2, so I don't need 2 chests. And then we just need aluminum and pointed dripstone. Dripstone we get that in farming, sieving, something. I don't know what it is that we get it from, but we get it when sieving, and we have quite a lot of it. I don't know why I'm scroll wheeling this when I clicked everything else, but whatever. And then extractor. Should be good to make 2 of these bad boys. Okay. So, well, let's go ahead and set it up. So, like we said, the extractor, in order for us to make lava, we have to have our extractor on a dripstone block with some lava in the area. I don't know if the lava necessarily needs to be on the bottom, though it kind of sort of shows that it does. I don't know what this orientation portion means. I'm sure we'll run into problems with it later, but I'm just going to set it up exactly as it shows in this picture. Extractor, dripstone, and lava. We're just doing it upside down instead of upside right. But if I go ahead and place this here, we should see lava coming on in, and it's generating lava for us. I like it. Now, how much lava is being generated, I don't know, because the mechanism fluid tank won't show us until we actually have a full bucket. It's not going to show us millibuckets because it doesn't handle millibuckets. It handles buckets. But it's automated. We don't have to do anything. We don't have to feed it. We don't have to do anything. This doesn't have to happen anymore. We can get rid of all this. We can get rid of this. We can take this, put it in my inventory because we keep a bucket of lava on us. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. There we go. All done. I like it. And still no bucket. So it's not the fastest thing in the world, but it's fully automated. We don't have to worry about it. I would put my cobblestone in there, but there's no room. So we'll just throw this out and it should get picked up by my dank there. Some of it's going to get voided, but that's okay. But yeah, okay, cool. So now we have lava being produced with our extractor. So now our other goal is to get ourselves our endstone. Endstone. That way we can get ender pearls on craft available to us. So endstone's recipe is the same thing with an extractor, but instead you need a purple block, you need an endstone, and then you need an inventory for it to go into. Luckily, we just so happen to have all of this stuff available to us right here, ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and try and be quick with this and scoop up that lava. There we go. Get rid of those trapdoors. I'm going to move this because I want it to match at least the other side. For now, eventually we'll probably put we're going to have a whole setup for putting this outside and all that stuff. But for now, let's go ahead and get our extractor placed the other way. Nope. Okay, so let's get the blocks in place first. So it was a endstone block, and then it was a purple block, and then a extractor. As long as you see that happening, that means you're generating, right? That means it's working. Now the extractor, does it have can you get upgrades for these things to make them faster? Let's look at XyCraft. Oh wow, XyCraft has a lot of stuff. Item selector creates an unlimited amount of items. Oh, this must be creative. Yeah, and there's no recipe for this. Void container, that's like a trash can. Yeah, okay. Light field prevents spawns in a cubed volume, stops fluids from flowing, fire on demand, accelerated planter. What does this do? Can you grow stuff on top of this? A water block? This is just a block where you can scoop water out of it. That's kind of cool. Is the kitchen sink in here? Kitchen sink's in here, so unfortunately, anything in the world is going to be outclassed by the kitchen sink. I'd like to check out this accelerated planter, though. That sounds cool. Fire on demand, I don't know about. Light field, extractor. Fabricator crafts items automatically. It just seems like an auto crafter. Soren box, it's not random if you put it there. Balloon on a stick. I'd like to check that out. That sounds interesting. Wool log. I do have some leads. A valve, item IO, Hydro pump automatically pumps water into a connected tank. Collector. Not too difficult to get. Are you like an auto collector? Yeah, okay. Outside of that, there's not really much else, it looks like. Lamps and some decorative blocks and stuff like that, but that seems to be about it. Okay, cool. I'd like to check out, let's check out this balloon on a stick. What is this? It was wool, a log, and a lead. Wool, a lead, and wool. Balloon on a stick. What are you? Okay. I have a balloon attached to me, which is cool. Does that do something? I'm not floating. I'm not doing anything. Elytra. Oh, it gives me creative flight. That's kind of cool. It gives me creative flight. I'm going to assume within its range. Like if I go too far. Oh, let's not go too far over the void. Granted, the good void thing is in here, but yeah, this is a pretty decent range too. How far can I go with this thing? That far. Okay. So it popped. You heard, I don't know if you heard it. I heard it, but I heard the balloon pop, and then that's about the extent of where we were able to go. But it looks like it's gone. Do I have to craft that every single time? Can I like Can I like right click on this, shift right click to renew it? What if I break it and replace it? Oh, I get my balloon back. Oh, that's pretty cool. Wow, that's going to make like building and tearing things down. Like if I need to put like a, you know, like eventually, I mean, technically now we could, but like if I wanted to put feral flare lanterns like down here, because it doesn't break when it goes through blocks, I can access all of this. That's pretty dang handy. The range is not the greatest. I mean, okay, I lied. It's actually like, it's like a 16 block range or something like that. That's a very handy block. I like that. I like that a lot. That's pretty cool. I need to get another bucket for my water because I ended up with lava. But anyway, look at that. We already have 151 Endstone when it took me, I AFK'd for like 5 hours to get to that 55 Endstone that we have. And already we've got 157. So extractors are definitely the way to go for this. And then we already have, I don't know why this, is that a bucket of lava? It's not wanting to tell me how much lava is inside of this. How much lava is in you? 6 buckets. Why aren't you telling me that from here? You know what? There is fluid drawers. Maybe that would be the way to go for this. Get a fluid drawer instead of this mechanism tank. That way I can actually see what's going on. Let's get some iron. I had iron already. And the fluid drawer doesn't seem to be like it's terribly too expensive at all. If we put this here, now we can see. So it's generating 10 millibuckets every tick, every 20 ticks, something like that. Very fast, much faster than what we were getting before. We can go ahead and dump this into there. There we go. So now we have 7 buckets of lava ready to go, and we have a mechanism fluid tank chilling with us. Okay, cool. So that's pretty good progress. I like that. I don't necessarily like this fire just sitting here anymore, so we'll go ahead and get rid of our chimney, and then that gives us room to add more of these auto crafters, these extractors and everything. But yeah, outside of that, what else do we need to work on? Let's grab all this purple. What is next on our journey? So if we pop into our quest book, getting started, like I said, we've pretty much finished everything in this chapter. I didn't get us up to diamond tier on the cobble gen. I mean, I guess just for, for quest completion's sake, we can go ahead and do that since I have the diamonds available to me. I do need a bucket of lava and a bucket of water. Inventory is getting a little out of hand there. Upgrade you to diamond tier. There we go. Wow. Tier 5. Nothing to do with this because that's already sitting at 512. But hey, is what it is. So we finished that quest line. We finished that. I never picked up the the witch water, put it in my hand so I could finish that quest. So there's that. So that quest is done. And then if you use that, you get those done. This wants me to toast some bread. Do I have any wheat chilling? Toast up a bread, and that'll get me some toast, which is a pretty decent source of food. Probably will use the toast when we run out of steak, because I mean, honestly, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 saturation, and that's 4 ham hocks and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's literally just some wheat, so that's pretty darn good recipe wise. And then anything else in this quest that we need to complete? We need to check the box here. I don't know if we have to. Those are optional. Check the drops. We won't be able to finish this until we get to netherite. So I could make diamond meshes right now if I needed to, but I won't be able to until we get some netherite. I did get an inferium essence from killing the llamas. Let me clean up my inventory, and then we can press the button for the quests to see what we get. All right, inventory cleaned up. So let's go ahead and let's press the button. Let's see all the stuff that we get. Because I mean, we've had some miscellaneous quests just finished around the place that are going to get us some like just basic experience, or 29 total experience. So that's pretty good. So let's see, what did we end up getting from all of this? We got the Sword of Alfred GG. If I remember correctly, that's from the bounty board quest for killing the wandering trader. While making a lot of the quest lines for the ATM 7, the trader villager thought it'd be funny to constantly push me around in the quest screen, take them out, all of them. So we end up getting Alfred's sword, and we get a pedestal from that one as well, so that we can take his sword and place it on a pedestal and utilize that anytime a wandering trader comes by. You know, we can just take them out. We got a couple books. Is the Akashic Tome in here? No. Or the Akashic Tome is a new name, doesn't it? The Tome of Alkahestry. This can like duplicate blocks, can't it? Isn't that like super duper ridiculously powerful? Okay, no Tome of Awesomeness, it looks like. So we're going to put our manuals in here. We got the Power Wrench. We'll go ahead and throw that in here and say, hey, remember where that goes. We got Thermopedia can go in there. We got some fried chicken. Yum. We got anything good. Upgrade bases, the Efficiency 3 book, which is great. Some compressed sand, some clay. Nothing too ridiculously crazy. Some blue petals from Mechanism, and a stone sword. Wait, that's my stone sword, isn't it? Also, why do I have a stone sword? I should just be using, honestly, I could just use the Paxel. But I'll upgrade that sword to diamond. All the Modium book talks about all the mod, specifically the mining dimension, teleport pads, and all the ores and stuff, and how to get those, plus all the gear, which is pretty cool. And a tin gear. Cool. All right. Yeah, I think that's good. And I think that's going to be the end of today's episode. Next episode, we'll work on getting ourselves continuing on in the path of getting started chapter 2, which is getting into Mechanism a little bit and kind of working our way towards this path and everything in order to get here. This is our goal. Skyblock automated. How can we automate the sieving and the crushing and all of that stuff? It is going to require to get more power. But we have a couple options when it comes to power. Windmills, of course, is a great option. Free power. You just set up the windmills and it generates power for you. We do have the access to lava, so we could look into getting thermo generators from power. You just need a heat source and water. So you put lava below it and you pipe in water and you get energy. Don't know how much it's going to produce, but we can also go with like magmatic dynamos and things like that. So like we have options for power. So we're going to work on this. I think I've never done these thermo generators, so I think I want to start going that way and see how they are versus I generally tend to go thermal, but let's go thermo generators and see how it compares. And then, yeah, go from there. A block of blazing crystal makes 280% more power. Okay, so we're definitely going to get into power because these blazing crystals are not terribly too expensive. It's blaze powder or blaze rods. We can figure that out for sure. So this is our goal. This with this, and that's going to make it produce a lot of power. And then we are be able to get into automating our skyblock by getting flux sieves and flux hammers. Yeah, I like it. So that's it. If you enjoyed today's episode, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate it, and it really does help out the channel. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.